Welcome, PHP, another episode of the PHP Ladies, and we have our amazing guest today, Miss Cindy Cobos, on the call. Hey, Cindy, how's it going?
Sheena, I am blessed. We were just talking about this. You look beautiful. You're glowing.
You're glowing.
And thank you. Yeah. The same.
Well, the fact, Chairman's Council, $500,000 earner. I really know the audience right now wants to know more about who Cindy is. Because I know I talk about you all the time. And I definitely want to hear in a couple more down the road, I want to hear about that women's event that you had, because that looked really good. Yes. So let's start off with, who is Cindy? Where did she grow up? Her background, previous career? What's the story?
Beautiful. Well, thank you again, Sheena. And it's such an honor to be here with all the beautiful ladies here within PHP that are watching this. Just a quick background. I was actually born in Brooklyn, New York. My parents are immigrants from South America, from Ecuador. Came here when they were 19 and 20. By the way, this October, they've been married for 47 years, which is amazing. Yes, they literally came here to America to give us the best opportunity. And we were born in Brooklyn. And yeah, so we lived there for 7-8 years. Then we go to South America. I actually went to a military school for a little bit. That's where I get my, I think, structure from. Then we moved back to California when my parents' papers and all that stuff came out, and we came here. And I was raised very traditional. Go to school, get good grades, and yeah, I got into the medical industry for a little bit, but that's how it started for me. So that's
I would love it too. Like, okay, so I always say this industry is not like we grow up saying, hey, we're going to be life insurance agents, my dream. We don't say that. Typically, this industry always finds people at the right time. What was that time that this industry found you, and how did you come into the industry?
Yeah. Well, Sheena, it's so funny because everybody will tell you, my mom will tell you, my sister will tell you, I was never good at math. So like, how does somebody that's not good at math end up in the financial industry, which is really interesting. So, but it was, I was in the middle of, honestly, a time in my life where I did everything I was supposed to do. And then you start working, and all of a sudden you realize this whole dream that they painted out for you is not real. And I was overworked, I was underpaid. And I remember one day we were signing these papers, in the hospital, and they're like, oh, this is for your retirement. And I'm looking around, and there's nurses there that have been there for 30 years, 40 years. They can't afford to retire. And I'm like, that's going to be me in the future. I can't do this. So I remember, like, all of a sudden this urgency came inside of me, and I'm like, I have to figure this out. So I'm like, I have to learn the basics of money. And I remember somebody told me, Cindy, how many languages do you speak? And I still talk about this until today. And I'm like, well, I speak 2 of them, the most important ones. What is it? So it's Spanish and English. And this person said, well, you're missing a language. I'm like, what is it? And this person said the money language. And I'm like, the money language. And that's really, Sheena, kind of how everything started. Like one day I was in somebody's top 25 and followed up for 6 months. Mr. George Palayo followed up with me for 6 months. He invited me. He said, hey, Cindy, I know you're looking to do something within real estate. I think we had seen each other at a real estate office. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're here. And anyway, so he put me in the top 25. And I got started. 6 months later, I came into an overview. That night, Patrick actually did the BOM. And there was a whole 7 guests with me in there. And Patrick did the overview, and I didn't know what he was talking. I really didn't know the industry. I'm like, I don't know what he sells, but I need to do whatever he's doing. I need to do it. And I get started, and the rest is kind of history from there. So
isn't that crazy? I mean, here we are filming it. It's Patrick's birthday. It's the anniversary of PHP, right? So this is symbolic that you just said that, because here we are featuring you as the new PHP Ladies on this newsletter. It's pretty incredible. And you, of all people, have seen just how far PHP has come. And if you were to talk to anybody in the audience listening to this right now, about any things that you would change or do differently, and especially the way you thought when you first started to get to where you're at right now faster, what would be those words of advice?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. It's such a symbolical moment just to be here. When PHP first gets started, Patrick was actually the one that started the website on GoDaddy.com. He started it. Okay. No, not many people know this, but Pat, our founder, our CEO, he's like, we're doing this. He literally is the one that creates the website. And that's the first one that we ever launched. I remember we would submit 42 pages to submit one policy.
They're
We would
spoiled
have to,
today.
oh
Spoiled.
my gosh, I have no idea how spoiled. We would literally do NAs and we would get like the our little notepads. And this is how we would do the T chart right here. It was insane. But what would I say going back to that point? I was never really a big reader. I never really had a whole lot of people in my life that were successful like that. And we were, like I said, very traditional. So we followed pretty much what we were told to do next. So when I started the business, it was more read books, self-development. I'm like, what is this? Read books. And I would say to people, self-development is really the life hack. But I was the type of person I would start and I wouldn't finish. I would start a book and I wouldn't finish. I wouldn't finish. I wouldn't seek advice from other people or help or reach out or really process what other people were doing that maybe I wasn't doing. And I just was not really understanding of what personal development meant. When I decided, like, you know what, Cindy, you really have to improve in your mind. You really have to develop. It's a muscle. And once I realized that, something changed inside of me, and I said, you know what, I need more of this. I'm learning from people that have already been there, done that. I can borrow from their experience. And I would say that was the biggest things that changed for me, because I wasn't that person in the beginning. And I learned the tough way, and everything's changed from there. So
I'm telling you, reading is definitely a game changer. It's like you fill your mind up with an unwiring of things that you thought was the right way to do it. You got to fill your mind back up with the new way to do it. So very, very profound. Now, you fast forward to today, making over $500,000, and little birdie told me that you actually purchased a house. Can you tell us a little bit about the house? Just kind of sell the dream. I saw a couple of pictures. I was like, that looks sick.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, Sheena. It's been such a blessing. And you know what? I actually, a few years ago, I purchased my parents a house. And that was always a dream that I always wanted to have. I wanted to take care of my family. I felt like they did so much for us, and they left friends, family, country that they knew to give us a better opportunity. And it was always my dream to get them a home that I purchased for them. And years ago, I was able to do that for them, for both my mom and my dad. And so that was amazing. But I never purchased a 7-figure home, and so we moved to Austin about a year and a half ago. And, I was looking around, I'm like, I don't know where to go to. I want to be close to a lake or something along those lines. And I end up finding this home. It's a brand new build. Nobody's ever lived there before. I walk in, I'm like, this is it. It feels modern, but it feels big. Texas, huge homes out here, as you know, because you guys are also in Texas. And I just really felt there was a moment where I was like, is this really happening? Like, I was somebody who didn't come from this. I never would have thought, and it was just a blessing. And yeah, so 4-bedroom. I'm literally building a pool now in the backyard, and actually the lot right next to it just came for sale. So I'm purchasing that. We're just finalizing that too. So
I love that.
Just in case, extra little room, I don't want.
You just need it for just your shoes. It's just for your shoes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm doing that now, and building a beautiful backyard to host all the team to come over. When the family comes over, I want to be the house that people say, oh, let's go to, Cindy's house or Coach's house. So that's what I love. Yeah.
I think you just literally dropped mic moment when you said, oh, the lot next to me became available. I'm just going to go and purchase that. Like, just sell the dream. That's so amazing. Now, we're going to go full circle, because a lot of times people, if they battle through it, if they stick with it, they realize that this culture environment within PHP really does give lifestyle to you, which is, you talked about your parents and what you're able to do now. And then you start to get to that point you want to give back. So you guys had a women's event, and I was looking at that. I was like, that looks sick. Can you tell, what was that motivated you guys to do that? We're over 50% women here. We really want to drive more people into this culture, in this industry, because this industry really does need more good people. Tell us about this event. What was the reason that brought it together, and how did you guys actually leave that event? Because it looked pretty profound.
Oh my gosh, it was such a great time, actually, Sheena. And I do want to show tons of love to Marlene. Marlene had put on these events. She's been putting on these events for a while. And, I've always, as women, we always want to have our circle, our tribe, our ladies that we pour into each other. While the world is trying to pull each other apart, we get to build something where we can really, come together and be in fellowship with each other. So I was watching Marlene, and I'm like, you know what? It's time. Like, we have to do something. There's so much value that we have as women, as moms, as whoever's a mom, or as a business owner. So we said we're doing it. And a few of our ladies came together within the office, some of our SMDs and up here within the team, within the organization. And we said, let's do this event. And they said, absolutely. And we wanted to empower women, to give them direction. Patrick speaks to us a lot about health and the importance of that and taking care of your body. And so we wanted to bring somebody with health. We wanted to bring somebody with building up your spouse. And in the world where it's trying to make it seem like men are against women and women are against men. No, we want to bring it together. We want to talk about values, about family, about the importance of being, in strong relationships. So that's literally what we did. 135 ladies register. We didn't know what was going to happen. We're like, let's just see if 70 will register. We don't know. It was amazing. And we really believe in, again, pouring into each other and building those communities. I think it's so important, especially in a time like this and a climate like this. And, I learned long ago that, people that have small mentalities talk about people. The people that are big thinkers, they talk about ideas. They talk about how they can make a difference. And that's what we came together to do. And that's what we're going to continue to do. So that's our event. It was wonderful. And we're looking forward to the next one.
I love it. I love seeing it. I want more of those to happen. I love what it does. Building those identities. Now, before we go to the conclusion of this, I want to have some couple rapid fire questions I didn't tell you about. But this is going to get people to know who Cindy is all about. So I'm not telling you, just so the audience knows, I did not tell her what I'm about to say.
No,
not tell her.
I'm like a little nervous actually. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to say two things and you're going to tell me which one you like more. Okay.
Okay.
Which one's like more. Okay. 90s music or 2000 music?
90s.
Okay, good choice. Good job.
Yes.
Good job. Okay. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods.
Oh, Jordan.
Okay, good job. Okay. Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a tough one.
Goodness. You know what? I have to say Whitney because she's, no longer here with us. So it's just, Mariah's still there. Whitney.
There you go.
I'll say Whitney. Yes.
I love it. Okay, so the last one, it's super important. Chipotle or Qdoba?
I don't know Qdoba, so Chipotle.
Gosh.
What is Qdoba?
It literally was the chain that was competing with Chipotle for one moment in time, and Chipotle just dominated. Okay, they just dominated.
Took over. Those were easy. Thank you.
All right, so as our conclusion, we've now officially are 15 years old as a company.
Wow.
What is the future of your organization? Where do you see us in the next 25, 50, 100 years, and what role are you going to play with that?
Yeah, I love that. What a great question. We were just talking about this, Sheena, with some of our guys, literally. And, we speak about being like the unicorn, being that special company, that the company that everybody chases, and we're not chasing, but that we're being chased. And to really fully fulfill the vision that our founder, our mentor, our coach, Patrick set out, to go out there and accomplish 500,000 licensed agents, and I know that we're on track for that. We had that conversation and I believe that we're in the phase where we're going to multiply. But for Prevail, that's the name of our organization. We want 75,000 licensed agents out of that. I know we want to be a pillar with the company. I know that we want to stand for something, our team, our organization. We want to be somebody that develops more leaders. We have offices all around the country, 55 offices all around the country. I would say 75,000 licensed agents, helping 1,000 people get to 7 figures and 5 million families that we help become financially free. That's within Prevail, which is a vision we've been talking about for years now.
Listen, you're going to need that second lot for the parties for that group. Okay. Let's just prepare for that. So I love it. And we as an organization right now at 50,000 licensed agents, we're 4 doubles away from achieving a vision of 500,000. So super excited that you're going to join the effort and be with us. We wouldn't have the same without you. And I know Unity is definitely proud to have you Prevail as a representation. So cheers to you today on the anniversary and birthday of Patrick Bet-David, you being the chosen PHP lady. What a symbolic moment. And for all the PHP ladies out there, let's go fulfill that vision and keep in mind that one family at a time, one life-changing moment at a time, we will accomplish it. Bye, everybody. See you later.
Bye, ladies. Bye.